back to High PSI TV. We are starting this video in my kitchen today because it's dark outside, as you can see. I'm going to do the LED headlight install on the daily driver, the Malibu. It's a 2015 Chevy Malibu 2LT, fancy. But I've been wanting to do the LED conversion for a while because I have tinted windows and I honestly just like the way LEDs look. So I went on Amazon, bought some LED headlights, which I'll go over when we get out in the shop in a little bit better light. But the first thing I'm going to do is shine my headlights on the garage door and mark with tape where the hot spots are. So I've got projector style beams both in the headlights and in the fog lights, and I got LEDs for both. So I'm going to turn the headlights on, mark the hot spot, so that's where the beam should be focused. That way when I pull the car back out of the garage after I put the new lights in, I can adjust the headlight height just to get them close to where they were before so I'm not blinding oncoming traffic, and so they're not pointed right at the ground either. So let's make our way outside and we will start this install. All right, so I know it's dark out here and I'm not sure how well this is going to pick up on the camera, but you can see where the two projector beams are pointed on the garage door. So all I'm going to do is mark those with some blue tape. All right, so I also put a mark on the gravel out there. I put a 5-gallon bucket to show me where the front tire was, so when I pull the car back out of the garage, I'll know how far back I was from the garage door. So I'm gonna get that thing in here and we'll get started. Okay, so here's what we got. We got lightning dark LED and aux beam LED. Now both of these use Cree LEDs and they both have fans built into them, which from what I read is pretty important because the LEDs tend to get pretty hot. Cool stickers. So you can see these guys have little fans built in. And these are going to be the fog lights here. These are going to be the headlights. And they also have fans built into the back as well. Now, one thing I did like about both of these is they don't come with the big ballast that you have to mount somewhere. They're pretty much plug and play. Everything's built into the bulb, which could be good or bad. I spent some time on Amazon and on YouTube looking at different bulbs to see what people liked. Now, I didn't spring for the really high dollar stuff. These weren't that expensive. I think they were like $69 and $39. We'll see how long they last. If they don't last long, I'll get some good ones, but I'm going to keep the original bulbs just in case I have one go out. I can put the, whatever I have, just regular incandescent bulbs back in. So, looks like the headlights I'll be able to do from up top. The fog lights I'll definitely have to do from the bottom, so I'm going to get this thing up on the lift real quick and take a look. All right. So first things first, the headlight assembly here, they have these little covers on the back side that you have to remove, and they should just twist right off, like so. And then the bulb will be behind there, and I will try to dig that out real quick. And there we go. One low beam bulb. This side looks a little bit tougher because the windshield washer reservoir is in the way, but should be basically the same thing. They should just pop right out. Yep, a little bit tougher, kind of hard to get to. And there's our other bulb. Now, if you guys have big hands, driver's side might be a little bit of a problem, but it wasn't too terrible. Luckily, I don't have to pull like the inner fender out or anything to get to them. Chevy, thanks a lot for that. So let's compare these to the new ones. All right, so there we go, old versus new. And yeah, hopefully these work out good. Now this does have a pigtail that plugs into the original harness, and what I will probably do is leave the cover off the back of that headlight assembly so that this fan can actually circulate some air to keep this thing cool. But looks good. Looks like the tabs are going to match up, so I'm going to go ahead and twist these guys in there. All right, first one is in, and as you can see, let me turn this off. Well, let me turn that back on. So you can see the back cover would not go on even if you wanted to put it on, so we'll leave those off, and it'll give these things better cooling as well. All I got to do is plug it in, and then we'll do the other side. Okay, and just like that, this side is done. Move over to the passenger side. Alright, so that's it for the headlights. I want to turn them on, but I'm going to wait until I get the fog lights in first. Real easy plug and play. Again, these are the Lightning Dark off of Amazon. Alright, as far as fog light installation goes, there they are. One on each side. Don't even have to remove any panels to get to them. So it's gonna be hard for me to hold the GoPro and do this, so I'll just set it to the side and put these things in real quick. All right, so again, comparison, same thing. Got a heat sink on it here, fan on the back, and they should plug right in. One thing the instructions note is that you want your LEDs at the 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock position, so you want them in the headlight assembly like this, not up and down, but actually left and right. Okay, so I've run into my first issue. The washer tank is right behind this fog light, and I can't get this to snake up in there because it's too long, so I'm actually gonna have to pull the fog light out of this side. Looks like two 7mm screws. One fog light assembly. It's actually cracked, but I am not going to worry about that. Now I'll just try to snake this back up in the car and bolt it back in. Alright, there it is. So I'm going to plug it in and I'm going to zip tie these wires up a little bit because they would hang out through here if I didn't. So I will plug that dude in, same on the other side, then we'll turn them on. Just like that. I like them. Pretty bright. They look good too. I can hear the fans running. So what I'm going to do now is pull this thing outside, put it in front of the garage door, and get them aimed. Just a little tech note. If you are saving your old bulbs, which you should if they worked, keep them in the car. That way if you're ever driving somewhere, you're not near an auto parts store, and one of your LED headlights goes out, you can plug these in and still drive with two headlights. Okay, I've got the garage door closed, and I know it's going to be dark outside and hard for you guys to see me, but I will try to illustrate the best I can how to aim your headlights after you install LEDs. Obviously, a pretty solid line across the garage door, and you can see my hot spots are actually a little bit low, so I might bring them up a little bit. But these things are definitely bright. I am a huge fan so far. Yeah, I might bring them up just a hair. Okay, so here's the adjustment screw that we're looking for, and it's an Allen head, but it looks like you can also use a Phillips. So I'm gonna try to bring the headlight beam up a little bit, and I'll set up the GoPro aiming towards the garage so you guys can see that. All right, so you can see I brought it up just a little bit, and I'm gonna do the same on the other side. So just like that, we are adjusted. You can see our hot spot is a little bit higher than it was before, but that's okay. So what I'll do is I'll sit in the car, turn them on and off, and I'll turn the fog lights on and off as well. Okay, so sitting in the car now, headlights on, headlights off, obvious difference. So we'll turn on just fog lights, and we'll turn on the headlights. So you can see we got a bunch of light. I'll turn the fog lights off. Those actually make a pretty good difference up high and on the sides. So yeah, happy with this product. I'll go back inside and finish up this video. Okay guys and gals, that is going to conclude the install video of the LED headlights and fog lights in the Malibu. As always, thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, please comment, and also if you have a comment about just the video in general, comment below. Again, I'm filming on the new GoPro Hero 7 Black, which so far I love. The hyper stabilization is really cool. I tend to bounce around a little bit like that when I record, and this thing has taken out a lot of the jitters and the weird, you know, vibrations and stuff like that. So look back at the last video, which will be at the end of this video, posted a link, and you can see the Hero 7 Black at the drag strip, which I had a lot of fun doing. The speedometer and the GPS feature on this camera is really awesome. The audio's good. I'm super happy with it so far. No complaints. The only thing that's done weird is if I have voice command on, every once in a while I'll say something and it'll stop recording. So turn that off because I don't use it anyway. But that's going to be it for this video. Don't forget, high PSI TV merchandise is always in the description below. And be watching for more Packard videos and Tahoe videos as well. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.